That's the one thing I've always known that I wanted to do. So ever since I was a little girl, I've always known that I wanted to be a mum. I think the most rewarding thing about being a mum for me is that it's the one time in my life I've ever felt truly happy in the moment. Just so happy to soak in exactly where your babies are at that moment in time. Sort of, it can be a bit bittersweet watching them grow up because you miss the baby that they were, but you're also so excited about the baby that they're becoming. So with these girls, we found out that we're having twins at our dating scan. I'd actually joked with my mum the night before that we were going to have twins because we were collecting macadamias on her property and we found a lot of twin macadamias, which I'd never seen before. I just remember looking at the screen and then looking at Simone, the sonographer, and just saying, that's twins, isn't it? And then the next point was, that's MCMA twins. And Simone was nodding, saying, yes, I believe so. It was pretty overwhelming, to be honest. It was very anxiety producing because I sort of had an awareness of what the implications of MCMA twins meant. And you know, the statistics aren't great for survival, so knowing that there was a coin flip of whether or not we made it to the next scan at each fortnight. But there was a small part of me in those early weeks that was just so excited and filled with hope that we might get this miracle at the end of it, that we might end up with these little blessings and have two beautiful girls. I think that first day we were incredibly lucky because being at QUFW meant that as soon as the scan was finished, we were on a video conference with Rob Chincotta. So that was incredible that we had that opportunity to have those questions answered at that very first scan. I might get the statistics wrong, but I believe they're less than 0.1% of all pregnancy types. So they're formed when the embryo splits at a much later stage, so after implantation, which means that they are identical. And because they're so rare, there isn't a lot of research on how to keep these girls safe. They share an amniotic sac, which means that they can hold hands and swim around each other, but it also means that their cords get very tangled up. That was an extremely hard part of this pregnancy, was just knowing that we could have lost these girls at any minute with no warning. So it was a very real possibility, but obviously one that we are very blessed we didn't face. We made it through the pregnancy completely complication-free, which is a miracle in of its own. With MCMA twins, there reaches a point where it's safer that they're out than in. And we hit that point with these girls at about 33 weeks. And we made it to our planned C-section, so no dramas. And they were in NICU for about a week, and then we moved over to the special care nursery where they worked on establishing feeding and growing and everything. My one piece of advice for anyone going through a pregnancy, whether it's their first or their fifth, is that it's a journey and it's unique, and that you have to remember that life wants to live, and until there's bad news, it's good news. So particularly for this type of pregnancy, there's so many risks and it's hard not to get bogged down in all of the negative, but there are so many positives and so many success stories. So reaching out and hearing other people's stories and talking to other mums or families that have been through it, it was really helpful for me to know that there were positive outcomes too.
Bobby! I want my baby sisters. You want your